Hello everybody and welcome back to Manifested Finesse on YouTube. My name is Manifesting Gaia. That is my Twitter, TikTok, podcast, and Instagram. All the links are down below, and my affirmations list and audio rampage email is down below. My YouTube membership with more exclusive manifestation content is down below, where I post weekly. And my master manifestation workshop with tools and formulas to help you manifest all of your desires super fast, super easily is linked below. And today we're going to be talking about robotic affirming. This is just something that is coming up. There's a lot of controversy surrounding robotic affirming. This is more about controversy surrounding it, limiting beliefs surrounding it, FAQs about it. So robotic affirming is basically affirming robotically. You're constantly repeating the same thing. It could be the same one affirmation. It's usually 1 to 5 affirmations. I'm loved, I'm chosen, I'm loved, I'm chosen, I'm loved and chosen, I'm loved and chosen. Especially on Twitter, this is a big deal. I don't see this talked about really nowhere else. But a lot of people are like, they're affirming thousands of times a day. People are saying that is just a lot. You're doing too much. Now I get a lot of clients that were robotic affirmers. They come to me and they're like, I robotic affirmed, I just got so exhausted, or it's because of you I learned I didn't have to robotic affirm, or I feel so much better not doing it. And some people were not robotic affirmers and feel so much better doing it. One thing I want to say that I feel is pushed a lot is that if you don't robotic affirm or saturate for hours a day, think about your desire or spend time doing it, you're not going to get your desire. That's a lie. That's BS. You don't need to do it. You don't need to do it at all. If you never robotic affirm, you're still going to get your desire. You have manifested your whole life. You didn't even know about robotic affirming. You weren't sitting there for hours on end just affirming the same one sentence. A very important thing to understand is that you could affirm one time and get the same results as somebody who affirmed 900 times. What I mean by that is, I'm not talking about somebody who's wavering and has limiting beliefs and is every single second of the day talking down on themselves. The person who can get something by affirming one time is a person already there. Their self-concept's already good. Thoughts about the area of their life is good. Their thoughts about specific person is good, or money or whatever it is. That's how it is because they already did everything else. There's nothing left to reprogram. If it's just natural or with love or whatever, I don't compare myself. I don't manifest in third parties. I don't have all that going on in my mind. So I'm not going to need to say 100,000,000 times, oh, I'm the prize. Because I already tell myself that regularly because outside of SP, that's how I want to feel about myself. That's how I want to know myself. And that's how I want to identify myself. So my state or identity or self-concept is already there. So I don't have to say 900,000 times. But if you're somebody who you're just wavering all day, you're talking down on yourself, you're comparing yourself, you're bringing up the past, your past with this area of your life, it's just limits in your mind, then you're going to need more than affirming one time. Or you're going to need more than affirming 3 times a day or whatever and have that change your whole state and change the way you perceive reality and stuff. What I want to say is just because you need more than that does not mean robotic affirming has to be your way. You could visualize. Me personally, I love audios. I love rampages, overnight sleep tracks, subliminals, and meditations, which I have available in bundles for self-concept, for love, for money, for princess treatment, for health, for business, all in the manifestation workshop link below. You'll see it in the link. Those, my clients love those, right? So rampaging isn't really robotic affirming because I'm never repeating the same thing. I'm saying a different thing every time. It is super important when you're affirming that you're catering to what you need to hear. For example, I also do affirmation lists. If you've gotten one from me, then you know that I specifically asked you to give me background on your topic so that I can make it more specific to you. Because if you're manifesting money and you just affirm, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, but your limiting belief is, where would the money come from? Or I don't have a bank account, so there's no way for me to get money. Then saying I'm rich, like you're still going to have those limiting beliefs about that thing. That's why at rampages, I'm saying different things because I'm trying to tackle all these things. Another thing I want to say that's super important, robotic affirming does work. Any technique works. There's some techniques that you may have used that didn't work, but they didn't work is that you didn't change when doing that. If you're just going to affirm 100,000 times a day and then still end every day saying, well, I affirmed and nothing happened, you're still a slave to your 3. So you haven't changed because the reason you've been in this same environment for so long is that every single day you reaffirming, you give it more power. You're saying I could affirm 900,000 times and nothing will still change. Then guess what? When you affirm 900,000 times, nothing is going to change. So this isn't me bashing robotic affirming or saying it doesn't work. I'm saying, number one, it's not a be all end all technique. Back in the day, I think it was like visualizing. Like that was the big thing. Like, oh, if you don't visualize, visualizing is the best way. Then it was like it's always a different technique that people are trying to push. My point is, if it helps you think and feel differently, then it works, which is any technique. You can think differently based on affirmations. You can think and feel differently based on scripting. You could do it with visualizing. You could do it with sats. You could do it with audios. Any technique works. But one important thing that I always emphasize with any technique is, obviously when you're robotic affirming, your thoughts are going to be positive because you're robotic affirming. But when you're not robotic affirming, what is your thought patterns? If it's, I just robotic affirm so much, I've been doing this for so long and it's still not working, well, no wonder why robotic affirmings aren't working, because they didn't change your state. You did not change. And that's why y'all get exhausted. You're trying to change outside of you with these affirmations. Outside of you is a reflection. So you're, oh my God, I'm rich, I'm wealthy, I'm rich, I'm wealthy, I'm rich, I'm wealthy, I'm rich, I'm wealthy, I'm rich, I'm wealthy. I can't even say it that much. You're doing all that, looking around and being like, I'm not rich and wealthy. So your state never changed. You didn't change. You affirmed all that and still think the same. That's why I said there's no theory that says if I affirm 900 times, this thing's going to come 900 times faster. Because number one, that's you putting the power in the affirmations. The power is in, what do you believe in this moment? Do you think you have it? Yes or no? Now, the reason why people die so hard for robotic affirming is in their minds, right? Because I'm saying nothing but the same thing, I don't have time to think about something negative, which is true, which makes sense. But that's not the only way. You could work on your self-concept. If I know I'm worthy, chosen, and valued, and that's my dominant story, I don't care what the desire is. I don't have to sit here and say I'm rich a million times. Anytime I get a thought that opposes that, it doesn't align with my self-concept, my dominant beliefs, because I reprogram myself. So I'm just swatting it away. I'm just like this, but I don't have to like sit here and be like, I'm rich a million times to have the peace of mind. Speaking of peace of mind, there are plenty other ways to have peace of mind. There's meditation, there's hypnosis, there's visualizations, and all of these tools are available in the #1 app for mindfulness, which is Aura, because it's not just about affirming or journaling. It's about living in that state. It's about being the person. Manifestation is being. And that's why I've been using Aura, and I think everybody should use it on their manifestation journey. What I love about Aura is how intuitive it is, whether I'm feeling anxious, unmotivated, stressed, nervous that I'm not going to be able to manifest. Aura offers the exact support that I need and to get me back on track within my mind. It's like having a personal coach or therapist in my hand. And to share more of that magic with you, Aura and I are doing a free trial for the first 500 people who sign up, and 25% off for their membership for those who continue. And we're doing that through this link, which will also be in the description box. So if you want access to this, make sure you use the link below. And thank you, Aura, so much for sponsoring today's video. So yeah, it's not like you need to robotically affirm to quiet your mind. You guys know how I preach. I personally prefer you reframe yourself, reprogram yourself so that you're good no matter what life throws at you. You're regulated, everything. But for those who are interested in robotic affirming, I'm also going to talk about that. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You just repeat. Before going into this is what you should know. #1, the thing about affirm 9,000 times and end the day complaining about your circumstances, or it's not that it comes 900 times faster. It's that your mind should be changing. Which leads me to my next point, which is techniques are here to change you and get rid of your lack. They're getting rid of your lack. You're affirming so that your mind changes. The way you think about this thing changes. The places your mind naturally goes change. They're not to change outside of you. Outside of you is a product of your change. If you never change your thinking, outside of you will never change. If you change your thinking, outside of you will change. Which goes for any technique. No technique is more powerful than another. No technique holds all the power. Which is why I started by saying, people say robotic affirming is like, you need to do this or you won't have your manifestation. That's not true. If it's getting rid of your lack, if it's helping you think and feel differently, then the technique works. Period. That's all. With any technique, you should be having fun. I always say you shouldn't feel worse doing a technique than not doing a technique. It shouldn't feel worse to think better beliefs than it does to not think better beliefs. If it does, you're probably trying to force reality, and it's just putting you in lack, which is why you feel bad, because it doesn't feel good to be in lack. So again, you need to reframe and remember why you're doing the technique in the first place. That is all. Just wanted to clear up some commonly asked questions about robotic affirming, give my take on it. But with that being said, that is all I have for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Remember, you can have anything you want in this universe. Nothing's too big, small, wide, or expensive. I believe in you. You should believe in you. And I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye.